lacy and filmy. Like, should I show up on a date, you know, all sweaty? I had this one woman, first date, she like biked like 7 miles to our lunch. This was not attractive. She was all sweaty, and her hair was already turning gray. She was like in her late 30s, and her hair was already turning gray. Ladies, if your hair's turning gray, dye it. Like, a lot of women say, oh, you know, this is nature, I'm not going to fight nature. Like, that's a good thing. Like, any decent person has to fight nature every day. Get up, take a shower, put on deodorant, and look your best. So ladies, fight nature. Your hair starts turning gray, dye it. Okay? Don't just like give up. Like, if you start putting on the pounds, stop eating so much crap, and start working out. Really start working out. I remember I had this girlfriend who was a workout freak, and she'd call me and say, oh, you know, I'm working this and that part of my anatomy, so,
hey, you got a question
so it can be really tight for you.
Okay, you got a question from the chat room.
That's what I appreciate. Women want to keep it really tight.
You got a question from the chat room.
Yeah.
You just spent on a whole thing that women should all color their hair.
Yeah.
You got a question from Henry in the chat room.
But isn't my hair gray? Of course my hair's gray. What I look like doesn't matter so much. As long as I'm clean, what looks, as far as guys, don't matter. It's important that they be clean, that they smell nice, and they dress decently and appropriately. But it's looks in a woman that attract a man. But for a man, what attracts a woman is his earning potential and his passions.
D-Medic just entered the room, right? Hey, D-Medic, and he writes, he's cracking up, he said he just entered the show and doesn't even want to comment on this.
Oh, and the other really important trait in a potential girlfriend is that she wants to read my books. Like, I've had a lot of girlfriends like, you know, I don't care about your books, and, you know, I don't care about your blog, I just, like, read my Wikipedia entry and it. Oh, so, you know, this is all this guy is, and, you know, I kind of got contempt for his blogging and his writing, and I don't need to read his books, so that's not a good attitude for women who want to get with Luke Ford. Yeah, sure, the sex books, the Torah books, like the whole Megillah, because it's all part of who I am. So it's important, ladies, that you be interested in me if you want to win my heart. Because I'm certainly interested in you, particularly if you're hot.
Just don't shave your hair.
But do shave your legs. And shave under your arms. That's really important too. What are the other unattractive things? Like if you've got a lot of odor.
I gotta tell you something though. I do agree with one point that you're making.
Yeah.
And I've mentioned it here before.
Mm-hmm.
I've mentioned here, I'm going to reiterate, something I do agree with you with hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's, the Torah says that the most beautiful part of a woman is her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that's why a married woman has to cover her hair, a married Jewish woman,
mm-hmm.
because she should save that for her husband, that no guy should see like the most beautiful sexual part of her.
Mm-hmm.
That should be saved for her husband. Also, she shouldn't sing for other men, but she could sing for her husband. Because a voice is very alluring to him.
Mm-hmm.
So if a hair is beautiful, the more hair, the more beautiful. The more beautiful she is, the longer her hair. I wrote in my book, I don't know if you remember this, I said, ladies, I don't care what your girlfriends say, never cut your hair. I personally love a chick who's got hair down her ass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
particularly if the hair smells good, like it's conditioned and.
Right. I mean, I think that's really hot.
And as long as it's not gray. Gray is a total boner killer. And like a lot of women say to me, "Oh, Luke, I've got a really pretty pussy." But
no.
That's
at the top of the show, when I was like, no, I don't. That does. Okay, go ahead. This is going to be in his highlights tomorrow. Watch. It's going to be. Go ahead.
That's not really what makes a woman attractive. What makes a woman attractive is her fear of God and her love of Torah. It's not, oh, I've got a pretty pussy. Oh, I've got a really beautiful vagina. Like that. Like just even saying that is just not attractive. Not to mention, it's pretty scary going down there.
Wouldn't know.
Wow. I mean, it's pretty scary. So what's really, just what the rabbi said, what's attractive in a woman is her long hair and like her demure feminine demeanor. I mean, I like ball busters too if they're like really smart, really accomplished, and they don't cross the line and like, you know, bust my balls where it hurts. No, I don't like women to like put on their high heels. It's like, okay, let me walk on your gonads. You know, not into that.
Right. I also gotta say, I gotta tell you something. I was engaged,
Right.
and my fiance, ex-fiance, my ex-Kala, she had long hair, and she never cut it when we were engaged. So we were engaged a long time, and her hair was very long. And then after we broke up, and after the engagement ended, one day
She cut it.
she came by to pick up a book that she had lent me. And she came by my place. This is, I'm going to say, 6 months after we ended our engagement. She had almost a lesbo butch cut, as you would say. One of the lesbo buzz cuts.
Yeah.
I mean, really short.
So sad.
I was not attracted to her.
Yeah.
I was not attracted to her. This was the same woman I was going to marry, right? But when she had all her hair gone, I was like, what the hell was that? And I was not attracted to her. And I asked people, what the hell did she do that for? And I got two answers. There was one side that said maybe she's going gay, maybe she's using it as a repellent against men, and the other one was, oh, it's really common when women, chicks told me this, when women end a relationship, they cut their hair.
Yeah.
They cut their hair, right? And since I had wanted long hair, she rebelled against all that by just getting rid of all of that hair, starting fresh. I don't know.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend. I told her how much I liked her long hair, and when she was mad at me, she just went out and cut it really short. And
that's when you really want to take a belt to them.
I'm not a violent man. But the other thing is that women over 35 should not wear bikinis.
Garden Fun with his
Her, I thought you said it was
Ellen with her whatever. Maybe she cut it to help you get over her. Right?
That was thoughtful.
Yeah, the psychobabble. I don't believe that she did that. I believe that she did one of those two things. I don't know. Go ahead.
And then the other thing is you'll sometimes encounter women who are 40 years old or older who will say, oh, let me do a strip tease for you. Ladies, if you're over 30, don't be offering to be doing strip tease. You look better in the dark.
All right, you know what? You're just getting rude now. We don't even have a single, friend out there at this point. Can we move on?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to mention that, we're starting the second year tonight, the second go-around. We just reminisced, and I wanted to mention that we're starting a new feature this year. And the new feature is...
You can call in.
You can call in!
Yeah.
You can call in, lady. You got to give them their phone number.
Yeah, I'll give it to you in private chat, and you also have to have an IQ over 120.
Right. Okay. So if you're, you would have to, if you're watching the show, get into the chat room. If you're in the chat room, send lady your phone number, and we will hook you up, and you can talk to us live during the show, and you can ask us questions or whatever you want, and you'll be part of the show. That starts effective tonight.
Exactly.
So we'll be just waiting. You can send to lady your phone number or whatever you want to play it. Or you can send them your phone number.
Yeah, and also we give priority to calls from sponsors.
Right. This is the priority thing. If you're a sponsor, very important. If you're not a sponsor, you need to get your act together, right? Start sending us money. And one of the things we will do for you,
we'll put you on the show.
We'll put you on the show. Send us the money. You're part of the show. Okay? Send us the money. You're part of the show, right? And by the way, what did we see before? Last week, I mentioned that my nephew Matis is taking upon himself to give us money. He was part of the show, remember?
Yes.
He was actually... So if you come to LA and you give enough money, we can actually put you in the chair for 5 minutes.
Right.
We will do that for a price.
Yeah, totally.
We're not above that.
No.
Right? And if you're a hot-looking chick, and make sure you have long hair, and for God's sakes, if you've got gray, we don't want to see it.
Make sure you
and if you're over 40, don't do a strip tease here.
Exactly. And
right?
don't say, oh, I got such a beautiful vagina. It's like it's not attractive. It's just I have women they'll be sitting here in this very chair.
Yeah.
And we're carrying on a conversation, and suddenly she spreads her legs and says, "Look, I want you to look at it." Just not attractive. We're having this conversation, and suddenly she's like, "I want you to look at it."
Oh God.
And she's taking off her underwear in the car, and suddenly it's there's this beaver right there, and I'm like, this is not really the wet path of Torah.
All right, so that's the deal. So right now, you want to lady, you want to pass your phone number to somebody?